Welcome back to Shem's Universe. So today, guys, we're going to discuss the zodiac sign Scorpio. So I'd argue that Scorpio is probably the most dangerous sign that you can cross. This is definitely a very, very powerful sign. Its planetary influence is governed by two planets. We have Mars and we have Pluto, both of which are very ferocious, very ruthless, and we're going to go over all of that today in the video. So Scorpio, of course, we know is the symbol of a scorpion. Very deadly animal in itself. So that's definitely something to watch out for. The zodiac sign extends from October 21st to about November 22nd. Some people argue that it's about October 22nd. But like I said, with all the other zodiac signs, it just depends on your beliefs, but that's the approximate dates. So in regards to the Scorpio, these people are very, very controlled within their emotions, very, very intellectual. When it comes to emotional development, it is a bit complicated for them. Just because, unlike other water signs, they do feel things, but they can compartmentalize them in a way in which other people cannot. A lot of Scorpios are considered pretty much sociopathic. They are very deadly and they can hold grudges for a very long time. So this is a water sign, however, it is a fixed water sign, meaning it's very stubborn, rigid, narrow-minded. Others would say single-minded. So that would give these people the ability to hold on to a purpose and then penetrate it within reality without veering from it in any way. This water sign, I'd argue, can get along with about anybody if they choose to, and they can be anybody's enemy if they choose to. From numerology, you guys should know that Mars is definitely a planet of war. It's a fiery planet, which is ironic because it's in a water sign. And you have Pluto, which is a very, very far away planet, which is the most distant planet. And I'd argue that Scorpio is the most distant as well. We never really truly know them. We know what they want us to know. And that's the thing. And if you get on their nerves, they will hit you with that venom without any remorse. The men and women under the Scorpio sign, I'd argue, have very, very similar traits in the fact that they do both have emotional control, which is perfect for business. And it also makes them a bit dangerous for even just personal relations, just because you never know what you'll get. You can get an abusive Scorpio, or you can get a Scorpio that could be endlessly loyal to you. So if you are a Scorpio and you're watching this and you're saying, hey, I'm not like that, I'm sorry, but that's the underlying traits that you have. There are numerological aspects that could, of course, affect this by far. And it also depends what decan you fall under. So don't think I'm hating Scorpios. I actually love Scorpios. My best friends growing up were Scorpios, and they were extremely, extremely loyal to me at all times, and they still are. These are people that I can vouch for and say would die for me. If it came down to it, I'd die for them. That's the thing. They're very, very powerful people, have strong personalities. Some eminent personalities that do fall under the Scorpio sign would be Bill Gates, Ryan Gosling, Leonardo DiCaprio, Anne Hathaway as well. These people all seem to have they're very friendly. People do like them a lot, but I find that they have a very cool demeanor about them. I'd argue that they'd fall under what I'd call a coquette, meaning that they are friendly, but underneath all that friendliness, you know that there's an underlying coldness, something that makes them feel unaffected by the world. And that's the same thing that Scorpios definitely do have. I think Scorpio, the zodiac sign, gave them that capability. These people may look friendly in movies, sometimes they're mean, sometimes they're the villain, but they always have this underlying, it's going to be okay sort of temperament. And that's the thing. Scorpios are very cool-headed. Unlike other water signs, they will not be penetrated from the external world. They can focus on things for extremely long amounts of time without being fazed by anything. So it's an incredible, incredible zodiac sign. The closest cousin, I would say, to it would be the Capricorn when I get to that because of Saturn. But this is the eighth sign, so it's also known as a sign of resurrection. It has a lot of similarities to the numerology number 8 in the sense of financial independence, wealth and prosperity, materialism. These people can be very possessive as well, especially when it comes to their spouse. So my advice to you if you are a Scorpio is this. You guys are fully equipped to do independent business. You guys are perfect for entrepreneurship. You guys do not really rely on anybody for anything, and that's very admirable. Leos like to boast that they have the big chest and that they can do that, but they need people to fuel that fire. You guys need nothing. You're You guys are like a deep, deep ocean. When you look at the water at first, you can step into it, but you don't realize the depths in which you're going. And that's what I really respect about Scorpios, is that you guys can make people believe that you're normal in the sense of your feelings in the way in which you think. But when people get to know you very well, they start realizing that you're far from it and that you will go to any extent to get what you want. If you're saying this is nothing like you at all, like I said, numerology definitely could affect this. Other planets could affect this on your decan as well, and in your birth number. All these things play in definitely into correlation. But these are underlying traits. And if you find that you've been bombarded by different environmental influences that may have blocked these traits, I would recommend that you look into your zodiac sign, look into your numerology chart, and see what your purpose may be. Because as soon as you find that given purpose, as soon as you find a reason to be in, essentially, because you are a being, you're a spiritual being having a physical experience. As soon as you find that you experience things the way you're supposed to, as soon as you can get in touch with your universal self, which is going to have a relation with the Scorpio blueprint, you then will be able to find success in your life and also a lot of happiness. If you do relate with what I'm saying, you saying, yes, I am cold, and yes, I am good at getting vengeance, and I could be your worst enemy or best friend, great, that's good. But understand that you also have a very, very high karmic debt as a Scorpio. Understand that because you're the eighth zodiac sign, you also do fall under some influences of the eight. And because of that, you need to be careful of watching your karma. Understand that you do things that are justifiable. And no, I don't mean that in a Machiavellian way where the ends justify the means. I mean that in a way in which you need to understand that, yes, you can hurt people. Yes, you can step on people to get ahead, but you will pay for it inevitably. And it may not be this week, it may not be next year, it may not be the next decade, but it might even be your children. You have to understand that karma has a funny way of playing out. And sometimes in this role of life that we play, it doesn't come as expected and may not be as direct as you may have hoped. So watch out for those things, guys. Okay, I'm going to definitely go over the different decans of Scorpio as well. It's a very, very interesting sign, which is going to take me a very long time to delve into and give explanations. It's going to be fun. But aside from that, like I said, relationship-wise, any zodiac sign you guys are good for, as long as you are able to control your emotions, but also express them when needed, meaning be honest. I'd say that you guys' number one weakness is that you cannot really let anybody in that sense. You guys respect personal relationships, but if you feel betrayed or if you feel that the person doesn't connect with you, you'll just manipulate them and make them do what you want. It's more of like a puppeteer dance with reality. And that's the problem, is that you guys need to be open, be kind, be generous to the people that deserve it. And you can definitely use the manipulation on people that deserve that as well. But what I'm saying is just be careful of your karmic destiny. But that's all up to the individual and how you guys feel about the universal laws. I'm not going to push that on anybody. I'm not going to push any religion on anybody. But this is simply how it is. If you guys have any opinions or comments for me, leave it in the comments, of course. But aside from that, that would be it for the Scorpio sign. Next, I'm going to get into Sagittarius, which is very exciting as well. But please, guys, like, subscribe. I'll maybe back tomorrow, guys. Thank you.